Well, hey Scorpios, it is fixed sign week and I'm starting with us. So, yes, I am a fellow Scorpio. Let's see what is going on. We're all going through transformation, so we're going to ask about that. It's a great Scorpio topic. What is the nature of your transformation, or in what realm is this transformation occurring? And then we'll ask a bunch of questions. We'll clarify and we'll get a handle on this transformation, what's happening ahead. Okay, so the good tarot says the transformation is taking place in the realm of the Fool, the beginning, the beginner, the leap of faith. Yes, this is the nature of your transformation, is this magical beginning. Very beautiful. I like it. I'm excited for us. Let's see what else we can learn here. All right, so we're going to ask, what do I have? 5 questions here about this transformation. First, we're going to ask, so let's ask what you learned, what you have learned. We'll ask what you have yet to learn. What is your gift? You go forward into this. It's like we've gone through this portal and you have something to learn here, so we'll ask about that. But you bring something here as well, so we're going to ask about that. What's hidden from you and what is the future? Let's see if we can get a look at that future. All right, what you have learned. You have learned contentment. You have achieved the ability to find emotional fulfillment in and of yourself. Fantastic. That's really important work to do. What have you yet to learn? Victory. 6 of Wands, 6 of inspiration here. So this card is about being recognized for your accomplishments by others, and yeah, it's a great place. So in a way, like, I'm wondering if you've been able to, in and of yourself, 9 of emotions, feel satisfied, content, that your wishes are fulfilled. But then when it comes to other people and receiving praise and recognition from them, this is something that you still need to learn how to do. Interesting. I can feel that in myself. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Why would I want to learn that? Okay, what's your gift, Scorpio? Your gift is in the realm of abundance, security. This is a King of Pentacles, basically. The muse of materials. Your gift is in the earthly realm, in the present, in your body. So this is what you bring to this new journey, which you were just beginning like a fool, really full of faith. People might think you're a little bit crazy going off in this direction, but you were called to this, and it's beautiful and magical. I love it. What is hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know? The Wheel. Change. More change is coming. You're in the middle of a change. It's on divine time as well, and it's usually in your favor. I always interpret the Wheel as in your favor, and because I am your reader, Scorpio, that is what the card means. There are other cards about more difficult changes, like the Tower and the Death card in the tarot. So I give us the Wheel as a change of fortune in our favor. And you come here, Muse of Materials. It's like you've accomplished this part of life, the material world, the material well-being. You found emotional fulfillment. And now there's something here about leadership. And also about being, Scorpios are secretive. There's something here about being recognized as a leader and is comfortable in that visibility. What is the future? The future is a Six of Materials. And this is a nice one. This is about mirroring and balancing. Often this card can be portrayed as hierarchical, charitable, giving, generosity in a hierarchical system. But here we see a mutual exchange. And this again is in the earth realm. So I'm seeing all of these pink roses here. This is your gift here. And then this is the future. So there's also, this deck has all of these mirrors too. I feel like there's something here about seeing yourself within others, like recognizing yourself in others. And then there's a difference here, like if this is you walking alone amidst others who are doing that, it seems like you've been on a solitary journey, Scorpio, and I find this really uncomfortable actually. Like, I feel like this could be challenging for me as a fellow Scorpio. Like, and now this is about being amongst others and seeing yourself in others, recognizing yourself in a new way. And it's very earthly. So let's clarify. Let's clarify. New journey. Nope. Just taking the baby steps of the Fool. Oh, this deck is such a nice deck. Okay. So, 9 of emotions. We want to know right now. This is what you've already learned. Wish fulfillment, contentment, emotional fulfillment, all in and of yourself. Like you don't need anybody. That's very emotional maturity. The Magician. You have all the tools to make the world that you want to live in. The Fool again. The Beginner. Just free. Yes, a lot of solitary, really powerful solitary energies here. And the Emperor. Alpha, leader. It's funny, his eyes are covered. That's what I do feel like is the challenge. In fact, maybe that's this deck. It's a fairly new deck for me. But the Magician's eyes are covered. The Fool is... There's nobody looking at you in these cards. So you're like privately, in and of yourself, you're good at this. And this is like very powerful, magical energy. You initiate things, you manifest things. The Emperor, you're the leader of your life. You're the leader of the empire. But it feels like your solitary empire. Okay? So now your next lesson here, you're the beginner at, and you're good at being the beginner. This is a part of what you've already learned how to do well, is take leaps of faith. I like all the rainbows in this deck. Okay, so you're gonna get some attention. Is that what this is about? Other people here? Let's see. What is this thing you have to learn? Ace of Wands. An idea, a creative inspiration, passion, desire. It's a sage smudge stick here. Judgment, ascension. There is an eye. There's visibility. And the Hermit. That's a very solitary card too. That's going inward to your... Well, it just says here that there's wands, there's fire here in your future, in this new lesson. Six of Inspiration is the Six of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands here. And with Judgment here, it just means that this is the new thing, this is what you are setting out to do on your journey. It's a new idea. You're very excited about it. This is a passion. it is taking you into spiritual realms. So with this visibility, with the Judgment card and the Hermit card, these are both spiritual. This is a spiritual being. The card of Virgo, intellectual, looks inward for light, for inspiration. The Hermit is a historian who looks back over what has happened to gain insight. You are often looking at your own path, like what we just looked at, what you just learned here, where you were the Magician and the Fool and the Emperor, and you had learned how to meet your own emotional needs. But Judgment tells us that you're also being watched, and it's not actually humans that are watching you. This is divine attention that you receive. It's calling you to the next level. Judgment is an ascension to the next level in I always say, the video game of life, and you are being called to this. And there is, you're ready for it. But there's something new to learn here on this next level, and it is about being visible, but I don't think it's visible to humans. It's visible to the divine. And this is what you're going to need to learn how to do here. And that's really, I'm provoked to think about that, but I'll try to do that not on your time. Okay, so the gift you bring is the security and abundance, this earthiness, the way that the earth is abundant, the way that it grows and grows. The new earth comes to mind for me, and all of these images are just so magical, full of living things. In this card, I see that there's been a dark passageway into this beautiful world that this person is walking towards. This they're sitting in trees up here in the forefront, but it feels like it's been dark, it's been solitary, and this is clearly like your ascension that we're seeing mentioned here in Judgment. Okay, so let's clarify your gift. So I think of this as like Taurus energy, which is one of our fellow fixed signs. And many of us, people my age, if you're my age, born around 1970, Taurus had Saturn in it. So that's the taskmaster, the person so we can be quite disciplined if we have that. We can also be the Taurus earth energy is very disciplined, structured, it's slow, it has a plan. So this is something that you appear to bring as a gift to this situation. Let's see. Page of Wands. There's more fire. There's the carrier of this new inspiration. Always an inspiration that comes from the outside of the norms. And since we see the Emperor here is what you already mastered, this is the norms, this fella here. He is structural power, one of the two cards, the other being the Hierophant that we would associate with, here he is, structural power. Interesting. And a Seven of Cups. Lots of ideas, projections, fantasies. These are often just choices. This is the gift that you bring. To me, it's very clear that in your security here, the Muse of Materials, it represents that you know who you are, right? Like you've learned how to do this, and you've reached you're embodying in the materials, the earthiness, your body, your very security, and it's like you're rich in knowing who you are and trusting who you are. So that this gives you that Emperor quality that we've seen, and this Hierophant quality as well. And the Muse is a king. But that this security in and of who you are, in and of yourself, like I know who I am, I stand with myself, that kind of, what it's actually doing is freeing you to look at the structures as an insider, and but bring that queer outsider Page of Wands perspective to it. And then all of a sudden, I think this is a very positive set of choices and options, and just like the diversity of ways of being. It almost looks like a bunch of planets coming together here. All the cups represent different ways of doing things, some of which, as you look at this, you might not be into snakes, or you might love snakes, or this sort of fortune telling might, and then some of the symbols here might make almost no sense. Like, what the heck is that? Or you're a gardener, you're not. So do you see what I mean? So there's a kind of those are like gems, but they could also be like stones. So this could be like money. So you're supposed to look in these cups and see choices. Some may provoke fear, some may provoke desire. I feel like what your gift is that because you know who you are and you stand with yourself and you're comfortable in your skin, like this tension between the Hierophant, which is structural power, and the Page of Wands, who brings ideas that are like outside the norm. It's a beautiful thing that it produces. It produces a world of possibilities for how to have a livable existence, which I think we sorely need. Instead of like having opinions on each other's genders or desires or jobs or whatever, to create a world in which we all get to just do our thing, right? So, the wheel is turning in your favor. Fortune is coming. This is what the tarot wants you to know. Let's find out more. The wheel. The moon. There is the unknown, the secret depths. And perhaps a moon journey is a part of this change. The devil. That looks like some confronting of darkness. That's a cool devil. The devil is your addiction, your self-doubt, your codependency. These are, the moon and the devil are things that we have to face in ourselves. Thirdly, the Wheel of Fortune. Twice now. So we have the Wheel of Fortune twice. And in the middle, the moon, which is like, you're setting out on a journey, Scorpio, which you can fully handle. But it is a journey, and I have to say, like, I feel like, come on, haven't I already done my moon journey? Haven't I confronted the devil? But there's more work to do, and that's a part of what makes life great, right? There's more looking, there's more searching, there's more facing of darkness, of doubt ahead. But it's framed, bracketed is the word I was looking for. It's bracketed by the Wheel of Fortune, which says these are worth doing because these will turn the wheel in your favor and luck, and you will have the luck. If you face your moon, your darkness, the devil, your doubts, any concepts that say you're small and less than, well, the cards suggest that, far from that. So the future is, this looks fun, this earthy exchange of very earth magic is what you seem to have, a way with earth magic here with that Muse of Materials. Let's see, what's the future? A Three of Wands. You've manifested something and you're waiting for it to come in, like from the cosmos. The Knight of Pentacles, the Slowpoke Knight. They are the A+ student. They have the plan. There's some slow energy ahead. There's going to be some waiting ahead for the Ace of Cups, for new love, divine love, self-love. It's some kind of love coming in ahead. under this. Well, what this tells me, the future is something that you have participated in manifesting. You have contributed to the disciplined labor of love, really, of that the Knight of Pentacles does. And that you've brought balance, the Six of Materials in, you've brought justice in some area of your life, and that you get this Ace of Cups comes having done that work. It's clear there's a lot of work here in this next journey where you will return on your moon journey. The Hermit says this as well. And you will face even further the devil, which is unique. The brain will tell us we can't. And so let's see here. That's interesting. I didn't look at any of the bottoms of the decks, which I will do right now. So let's see, what are our underlying energies for this here? Some things that have come up. There's a lot going on underneath the surface, Scorpio. And so under the Fool from the Good Tarot, we see the emotional realm of really a small world view where you don't expect emotional satisfaction because you just haven't had it before. This mirrors our Six of Materials, the Justice card. I feel this here. There's some kind of bringing of balance, of justice. Here there is a decision, that sense of choices that the Seven of Cups gave us. And there is somewhere in your work, this creative work, the Pentacles. And this beautiful, magical communication action, the Eight of Earth. It's definitely one of my... There's a lot of magic in this deck, but there's also magic in the cards that have come out for you, Scorpio. And we also get a Five of Earth. And this is you in your solitude. And that's a funny thing, because didn't I say a lot about the solitude in the beginning? So there's the feeling of loneliness that you have in these cards. It comes through very strongly. The Fool is coming from all of these energies in your work, in your passion, your communication, where you're taking action. There's this Five of Earth, which is a very sorrowful, abandoned, lonely, beautiful, beautiful being alone. This beautiful being alone. And then we see lots of solitude here in these cards. And justice. This angel is I feel the outside energy here coming to you, right? Like we said, that you're going to get this divine attention. It's angelic, it's fairies, it's and there is an Ace of Cups here, which could certainly be a person. But the feeling that I'm getting at this point is that you can stay solitary. It doesn't mean you don't have people. It's just that your fulfillment comes ahead through connecting with the divine, through divine attention that draws you into bringing justice into the world, into bringing balance, because you have structural power, but it's basically making a world that there isn't that hierarchy. Unless you have any doubt about justice, is here again on the bottom of this second deck. And one other very passionate Knight of Inspirations, Knight of Wands. The sense of justice in you, right? This is a part of your gift. this balancing, this mirroring energy that comes out in your cards. It speaks to me, your reader, as of justice. And it's from this that you get this Ace of Wands, this inspiration that really is catching the attention of the divine in some way. And yeah, it's changing the world very, very slowly. Very slowly. I've got a melancholy feeling looking at this reading because, yeah, it feels lonely. There's a lot going on the bottom of this here deck as well. Yeah. There's a feeling of an 8 of Swords. This is a feeling of being trapped. It's just being trapped in your mind. Swords are your mind. There's more balancing and justice. The 2 of Pentacles. Earth again. The 5 of Wands. This is one of the first cards I've seen where I actually see other people, other Scorpios maybe, with this Ace of Wands coming together in an anarchistic, nobody's the leader, we've got lots of great ideas, like let's start a fire together kind of way. I love the 5 of Wands. Here's your 5 of Pentacles again. This is the same feeling of loneliness, abandonment, being outside. It's like, yeah, and this image has that, the being outside of the church, outside of the institution. And there's the Muse of Materials, the King of Pentacles. That is your gift. I'm happy with what I just saw. So there's a 9 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety here. Insomnia, anxiety. Your mind, 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords is here. These are the cards that give me this feeling of melancholy in the reading. But remember, if you're coming in as this gift, this King of Pentacles, and we see this Ace of Cups, well, here's your counterpart, the Queen of Pentacles here as well. The Earth Queen, she's the match to the King of Pentacles, to this gift. And I do see this ahead. I see that ahead for you. It's just gonna take a while. This Ace of Cups ahead. It's like you find the one that you recognize yourself in some way. Which is one way of thinking about a best friend or a great coworker or a soulmate. It's very practical energy. It's not super romantic energy in this reading, Scorpio, and I know we're romantics. But that earthy King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, it's a real, rich, secure, abundant life. It's an earth life. I prefer to read the richness as like this planet flourishing and us getting to live in it together. I'm not that interested in money, property, and things like that. I like to have my safe, beautiful home, but you know, it's up to you, Scorpio, what you're after. Yeah, it's a quiet reading. I feel my own feelings about it, and so I don't want to confuse them with yours. There's a solitude that is you're quite good at, but it is a bit painful to feel. So alone, and there needs to be a shift to where you recognize that you're not alone. It just doesn't look the way you expected it to look. 8 of Wands. It doesn't look the way you thought it would. So, if that's for me or for you, I don't know. But I hope this reading helps. And I've missed you. And I can't believe it's going to be another month before I do a reading for you. We can't let that be. I got to do more readings. Sometimes I feel like I have a very busy job right now, and I'm ready to quit my job and do this all the time, or magical, creative stuff all the time. And I just that's not the story today. But I'm glad to be here doing it this way for now. Have a beautiful day.